Hey guys, Lauren Losing here for my 2.5 year / week 132 post-op / 11 weeks or 10.5 weeks until Nashville / 13 weeks until plastics update from vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery, which I had on August 21st, 2013 at Massachusetts General Hospital with Dr. Denise G. This video will be, I guess, a review of the past week and a little bit of a review of the past 2.5 years plus. I don't expect it to be that long, but I think I say that every time and it ends up being a 20-minute video. Excuse my extremely beige background right now, but I am cleaning my sheets and comforter and all that stuff. So, my first appointment at the weight center, I was 269 pounds. That was in January of 2013. Also, let me just announce in the beginning of this video, I am 5'2". Day of surgery, I was 245.5. Last week when I came to you, I was 137.5. And now this week, I am 136.5. So that is a 1 pound lost for the week. It is a 132.5 pound loss since my high weight. It is a 108 pound loss. No, 109 pound loss since the day of surgery. It is up, God, math is hard. It is up 4.5 pounds from my lowest recorded weight since surgery, and it is up 1.5 pounds from my maintenance weight of 135 pounds. Although I would say I'm really back down to my maintenance weight, because we all know you don't step on the scale and weigh the exact same every single day in maintenance. There is usually like a 3 to 5 pound range. I'm more comfortable in the 3 pound range, especially with being my height. But I'm back in my maintenance range, so that makes me very happy. Those collarbones though. I also self-tanned if I'm like 10 shades darker than I was last week. So yeah, I am extremely happy. I reiterated this last week. I am doing great. I feel fantastic most of the time. So do I have them right here? Hold on. I do. Right next to me in my bottom drawer. These are my pants that I was wearing right before surgery and after. I mean, they're twice the size of me now. They're a size 20 from Old Navy, skinny jeans. They obviously have stretch to them. There was a point in time when these were actually too small for me. So, you know, this is where I was 2.5 years ago, and I don't know, I feel amazing. I feel so much better. So let me, I guess, reflect on where I was at my 2-year mark. I was not happy. And as I mentioned before, that had to do, what got me to that place were decisions that I made. And wait, oh my God, that hand. I went a little too hard on the hand. Decisions that I made from going through a hard time, and I don't know, I don't want to get into it too much, I guess, but I was not happy at my 2-year mark. I was not in a good place mentally, physically. I wasn't in a good place mentally because I wasn't in a good place physically, and vice versa, and that whole snowball effect. So, you know, at that time I was between 150 and 155 pounds, so yeah, if we look back to where I was a year ago right now, this was when I was starting to go through my really difficult time. So I think I weigh a little less right now than I did then. So I don't know. I feel really good. I probably should have gathered my thoughts a little bit more before I sat down to do this video, but in traditional Lauren fashion, I didn't. I will be filming my 2.5-year post-op Q&A tomorrow. So you guys can go, I think it was 2 videos ago. It's like a little 1.5-minute long video. You can go back to that video and post your question. I will probably be doing a what I eat in a day or just a day in the life. I haven't done one of those in about 1.5 years, and but a lot of people asked the question of what I eat and basically like my protein, carbs, fat, calorie intake, and all that stuff. It would just be a lot easier to show you than it would be to say, although I obviously will answer that question. Anyone who asked the same or similar questions, I'm obviously not going to repeat myself 10 times, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of homework and sit down and write out all the questions and, you know, write everyone's name, because I want to give people credit. I don't want to just like read the question. I want to give people credit for like asking the question. What else? I'm very happy with that 1 pound loss because I only went to the gym 3 times last week. It was my birthday weekend last weekend. I had a couple of unexpected rest days, or just no gym days, which is a rest day, but you know what I mean. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I did not go to the gym. Friday I worked, and then it was my family birthday dinner that night. I worked Saturday, and that was my actual birthday, and I actually had a kind of a shitty day at work, and so I said to myself, this is my birthday, I'm giving myself an extra rest day for my birthday. Then Sunday I also worked and went to dinner with a few friends, Lisa and Angelin, after work on Sunday, and then by the time I got home, I had told myself that I was going to go to the gym after dinner, and I'm just not someone, I mean, okay, this is an excuse, but I just did not have the energy to go to the gym at like 8, 9 o'clock at night. So then the next day I had the day off from work, so I had plenty of time to go to the gym. However, one, it had already been 3 days since I had gone to the gym. So already my motivation is low. Consistency is just, I think this is with everybody and with pretty much everything, and forming a habit and all this, and what makes things easier. It's why exposure therapy works for people who have like intense fear and all this stuff. But when you consistently stumbling over my words as always, consistency is key. And you know, the more I don't go, the more I don't want to go. The more I do go, the more I want to go. So it had already been 3 days, and then I had more coffee on an empty stomach than usual. I always have coffee on an empty stomach, pretty much every day of my life. But I had much more strong coffee on an empty stomach, and I just felt really nauseous, and I started to get like headachy, and so I didn't go to the gym again. I have found that it's actually, and this is way different than it used to be, I actually find it easier to go to the gym on days that I work than on days that I have off, because if I have the whole day off, I have the whole day to kind of screw off or do other things, or there's like too much time in the day for me to decide when to go to the gym. it's the best thing for me to do, honestly, is to get up, have my coffee, and go. Whereas when I go after work, I pack a gym bag, which doesn't have much in it. It has water, it has gum, because in order for me to not want to gulp water in while I'm working out, I need to be chewing gum. It has a gym towel and headphones, and it has gym pants, because when I go to work, I just wear the shirt that I will work out in and my scrubs, so I only have to change my pants. So that means that I don't stop at home in between the gym most times. I just drive to the gym, change there, and go. And it just works out best. It's, you know, it's now a date. It's an appointment that I have with myself, and I've always known that I should be doing this, and now I finally am, and I feel really good about it. I do want to quickly mention something. It's probably not going to be quick. I made a post on Facebook yesterday that was a little controversial. Some may have thought that I posted it just to be controversial, but that honestly was not my motivation. I see some people saying that they don't want to tell people about their surgery, which I'm totally fine with. That is a very personal decision about who you want to tell and whether you want to tell anyone. That is a very personal decision. I have friends who only their husband knows, and you know, I have friends who everybody knows. I'm obviously one of the people who everybody knows. I announce it. I really don't care. But like I said, it is a very personal decision about whether you want to tell people and who you want to tell. I have a problem with people who... I don't have a problem with people who lie. This sounds odd, but if you want to tell if you're not comfortable telling someone that you have weight loss surgery, if they're saying like, oh my god, how did you lose all that weight? Or how are you losing weight and all this stuff, and you want to not tell them that you had weight loss surgery, that's fine. Where I have a problem is when people try to justify their lie by saying it's the truth. If you're saying I'm just exercising and watching what I eat and eating less, that's not the whole truth. And growing up, I was told that if you don't tell the whole truth, it's a lie. Hold on one second. Sorry, living at home with your parents' problems. So I was taught growing up that if you don't tell the whole truth, that it's a lie. And also as a nurse, any other nurses out there know the joke about, you know, when you're in nursing school, and it's not even a joke, it's the truth, that you would get a multiple choice question and all the answers were true, but you had to pick what was the most true. So, like I said, I don't have a problem with people who don't feel comfortable telling people. Just don't come on here and say you told people that you're eating less and exercising because that's the truth. Just come out and say, I'm not comfortable telling people, so I lied, or I told a half-truth. I take issue with the fact that they say that they're telling the truth. Anyway, some people didn't like this post. Don't tell me you're telling the truth when you're not. Okay, so I think that I'm pretty much done. What do I have coming up this week? So I'm going to be making my Q&A tomorrow. I am at week 6, day 3 on my 10K trainer app. So I think that yesterday when I did it was the last time that I run less than like 20 minutes in a row. So I'm a little scared, honestly. I wish it was warmer out so that I could do it outside and not feel as guilty if I had to start running slower instead of like hitting it on the treadmill to run slower. And I don't know, I feel like running on the treadmill is mostly a mind game, honestly. Because you have, you know, the time right in front of you and you have your miles per hour in front of you and you can't like slow down and speed up just at will. So I think it actually is supposed to be warming up a little bit in the next couple days, so maybe I'll be able to start doing some of that outside. Other than that, not too much, just keep going to the gym and keep on trucking. So until next time.